Hi there, welcome to my corner. Today we are going to enjoy some kind of Asian fusion food. So, tag along. Welcome to Gothenburg and an absolutely wonderful spring day. Just quitting work and going home through the woods, and some leaves are just budding, others are in full swing, and the wood animals are in full bloom like a carpet over the forest floor. So it's magnificent, and I've been longing for spring for so long. So this is marvelous. So at my way home, thinking of making myself something good to eat. So I'll meet you over there. Yeah, as you might see, I got myself a new backpack, and this is kind of a last minute buy because my old one broke this weekend. I was heading out, I filled it up and threw it over my shoulder, and snap, the strap just broke in the middle, and I really need that kind of backpack. So a couple of days later I was down and get myself a new one quickly, and even though it was kind of emergency buy quick, it wasn't too much of a thought process to find out what kind of a backpack I wanted. I basically bought the same model, but a 15 years younger one, because somewhere in the vicinity of 12-15 years I had my old one, so it has seen a lot of service, and more than once I exceeded the recommended load of 18 kilos. For example, when I went to buy groceries and filling it to the brim with heavy things, because it's much easier to carry on your back and in your shopping bags. So I guess I only have myself to blame because it broke, but I'm happy that it did so now, and not when we were out on our walk this summer. That would have been close to disaster. Well, enough ranting about that one. Today it's cooking time, and I'm going to do a recipe that kind of evolved over time. It started out as sticky sesame chicken, I think, to be exactly, and over the times I did it, it kind of changed to what it is today. That's basically some kind of hodgepodge with chicken, rice, and what lives inside my pantry. So today's version is kind of unique. It hasn't been done before, not by me at least, and it will probably not be done exactly the same again. So let's see how this turns out, and it's a bit exciting to see how this one turns out, because when I do it at home in my kitchen, it's usually a pretty messy affair, and now outdoors I don't think it will be any smoother. So let's see if this is a disaster or becomes, as I hope, delicious. As you can see, the downside with this dish is it's kind of material heavy. I need few more things than I usually would bring, but that's the way things is. But I'm going to do this in my Mini anyway, so let's get that up and loaded for starters. And now we'll get going with the rest. Don't need my Scotch right now. The wind is pretty much on and off, so there will be a need for windshield today, most definitely. How much spirit do I have since the last time? Oh, not that much. And since I'm going to boil rice, I guess I'm going to load these up pretty much to the brim. And a splash more for coffee. Well, that's enough there. So let's pack up what's in my bag of tricks. Here I have sauce that the chicken will stay in at the end. I got some green soybeans. I got some tied leaves of spring onion and a stem. Got some flour. You can also use cornstarch, it might even be better. Sesame seeds, oil for frying, pickled red onions, and rice, and last but not least, some chili flakes. Well, I guess that's it. So let's start with first things first. I need the pot. First we need to wash the rice. This is Jasmine rice, and it just gets so much better when you wash it. So that's a step I wouldn't skip actually. So just a splash of water. Stir it around. We pour off the excess water. And 2 times more. And let's just fill so it covers and then some. I got this trick: you should put down your finger in the pot, and when the tip reaches the rice, the water should reach your first knuckle. But I think this is such a small amount and such a small pan, I can get away with a bit less. It worked before, but when you do it for your family, definitely do the knuckle trip. I think we got a flame. So let's set up the windshield, because there comes gusts of wind that will bring havoc to me. I think this is the proper orientation today. So, and we put the lid on, and I will put a timer on this one. About 8 to 10 minutes usually suffice. Let's go for 10 minutes. And while the rice is doing its thing, we are going to fix up the rest of the dish so everything is done when it's time for the chicken, because then it goes pretty quickly. So we want to have things ready. The handle I want there. Definitely windy now and then. Let's engulf it. Ta-da! And I'm going to start with cutting up the onions because I'm also going to cut the chicken, and the onions, I ain't gonna cook them, so I don't want any chicken gunk on them. So first things first. At some parts they look very tired. I hope, thankfully I don't need that much, so, and that part can go too. Like that should be enough, I think. So I put that in the plate for now. Well, what the heck, I still got it with me. Too much of something good, it's absolutely marvelous. I think it was Mae West that delivered that one. Now, time to cut the chicken. And here I got some pieces of fillets. And I'm gonna cut in chunk size. So just the right size to put in your mouth. Well then, now I got some extra equipment just because of the next step. I got a small billy, and I'm going to put some flour on this one. So first I sprinkle some on the bottom. I think you can see that, maybe? Yes. And then put some pieces in. Get a layer. Some more flour. So that today that becomes 2 layers, and add even some more. And then we just take the lid and we shake to get the flour to cover everything. Yeah. Like so, not too much hassle. And now they are done. So I'm going to wash my hands and wait for the rice to become done, and then we can get going. Let's see if we need to make this coating better. No? I think we're actually pretty good. And everything I got here as accessories, you can choose your own journey. Pick whatever you have at home that you really like. You can even skip the part where you dust the chicken. It does make the sauce stick better to the chicken, but it's not absolutely necessary. I think it adds something, but not necessary, as I said. And it's time. Do I agree? Yes, I do. So let's put the rice over here and let it rest. I put my plate as a lid. Let's see, I want a bit more flame for the chicken. Not full throttle, but some. Luckily I have gloves, so I can handle it the same day without burning myself totally nuts. Like so. Now let's put the frying pan down and add some oil. And this is the messed up part. That's usually, there's always some parts of the chicken that sticks to the pan. The trick as always is to leave it till it's done, because it usually will let go then. So, and we have to do this in batches, because or else it's hard to get things ready. And let go, please. And starts to sizzle. I think I can fit one more, and then we call it done. As you can see, I have not any seasoning on this as yet. It will come with the sauce. Now it's just chicken and all-purpose flour. And I would say cornstarch is just as good or even better. But all-purpose flour was easily available in my pantry today, so that's what I use. Well, lucky I wasn't going to use them to eat with. Yes, now we have got a good browning on all the chicken, so let's add the last batch. And now we add the sauce. Try to do that somewhat elegant. Like a song of Dragon Force, through fire and flame. And this sauce is going to simmer for a while, so it starts to thicken. It's made of, today, it's made of soy sauce, white wine vinegar, honey, garlic powder, and just a touch of chicken stock. Let's see, I want my little spatula. It's time to fluff up the rice. And this looks marvelous. So let's put the spring onion to the side. Start to put the rice in the middle. could have been left for half a minute more if I'm supposed to be honest, but it will be good enough anyway. So let's get some color on the other side. This is more or less done now. Side so you all can see what I'm doing. I want sauce on the side like this, and then the chicken on top. And on one side I take the green soybeans, spring onions on top. Where is my pickled onions? There. Some sesame seeds. And let's top things off with just a few chili flakes to get that extra spice. And there we have it. My take on sticky sesame chicken, and I guess for now it's turned into some mixed fusion with a poke bowl. But now it's time to eat. Alrighty then. Time for some Asian fusion. Luckily I hadn't planned to eat with a chopstick because they caught fire. Normally grill sticks I would put in water to soak, but I just use these for, you know, ranting around in the frying pan, so I didn't really count on them to catch fire. Now in hindsight, of course, I should have had them wet with hot oil and all that, but never mind. Let's try this out. Oh yes. For me this is absolutely lovely. The mix of different tastes. The chicken in its own doesn't taste that much, but the sauce, it's a bit sweet, a bit sour, it's salty from the soy. We have the pickled onions that also a bit sweet and sour. The beans, primarily umami, and the rice, Jasmine rice, it's pretty neutral but a bit sweet. So it comes together, and then the spring onion on top, and the nutty flavor of the sesame seeds. So today's mix works fantastic, and every now and then I feel a little sting from a chili flake. So time for me to enjoy my dinner, and I catch you afterwards. And as per usual, coffee for dessert. That wasn't too bad, and it was definitely a filling meal. I don't think I will be hungry more today, so I can live to breakfast. And now when I'm sitting idle in the shade, I must say that it's a bit chilly. So I think my jacket has to make an entrance pretty soon. As soon as I'm done with my coffee. And as always, the spring weather is on and off in April, at least here in Gothenburg. Kind of winter one day, autumn the next, spring feels almost summery. So you can go from just a few degrees to almost 20 degrees overnight. And the next one, it's miserable again. But hopefully I will have luck with the weather this upcoming weekend, because my plan is to do this year's first overnighter. And as long as it isn't negative degrees Celsius, that is, I think I'll be good. For now, no plans what I'm going to do else from staying the night. What I'm going to cook, what I'm going to do, everything is up in the air, so we'll see. But I have a couple of days to plan, and maybe I'm just spontaneous. Bring something to eat and pitch a tarp and call it good. That's also a possibility. As the recipe that I use today, I will put it down below. And as I said, this is not in any way a traditional dish that I've done today. Maybe from the beginning, but I've kind of changed it up as I went along. And so today it's something else. And you can change pretty much in this recipe and still get a very good result. So don't feel that, oh, I don't have this at home, I can't do this. You can exchange very much of the ingredients and still get a good dish. And if you don't like one of the things I had, pick something else. No problems. Not to step on anyone's toes or something like that, to throw shade at people, but this time of the year I am extremely happy that I'm not allergic to anything in nature. Not pollen or grass or whatever. That turns spring from something wonderful to something miserable for lots of people I know. I feel for them, and I feel blessed that I don't have that particular problem. So I can wholeheartedly enjoy the spring when it's here. And now it is, and we are rolling for more spring. And that's good. You can be out and about more and get more used to walking around with a backpack day in and day out. That's something that's going to be quite important in a couple of months' time, because me and my wife, we are planning to do Caminho de Porto. So we're going to walk a pilgrimage from Porto in Portugal and north up to Spain, to a cathedral there that I can't for the life of me remember the name. I heard it thousands of times, and every time I'm supposed to say what it is, I forget it. Well, no matter. So we are going to walk that in summertime, and I'm probably not going to film very much. I'm just going to bring my phone, and if I see something spectacular or that I find film-worthy, I might film it. I'm not too sure that I make a video of it, because for me this Camino, as it is, it's for reflection, turning inwards and think about your life, your problems, your happiest thoughts and whatnot, and not really something YouTube-ish. So There might be one or two photos on Instagram or something, but there will probably not be a video from that walk. I know there are plenty of other YouTube videos on the Camino, so if you're interested in that subject, you can find plenty without my help. So that's some of my plans for the upcoming future. How about your own plans? Do you have any? Or I know I asked this before, but then it was still kind of winterish, so now the spring is here. It really feels like we're gonna get a good outdoor season, so I pose the question again. What kind of plans or thoughts about your outdoor season do you have right now? What would you like to do? What are you planning to do next weekend or next month or late in summer or whenever? I'd love to hear from you in the comments about that. Or anything that comes to mind as usual. Or if you want to point out things I did wrong. I know I made my chopstick catch fire by pure stupidity. So you don't have to point it out if you don't absolutely feel obliged to do it. But and if you think this video was of some worth to you, the thumbs up, it really helps me in the channel, so don't be shy, hit that button like it's owe you money. And if you're not yet a subscriber, consider pressing that button to find out when I'm out for more shenanigans in the wood. But until the next time, take care. Cheers.